Good afternoon, everybody. I'm a little late this morning. I want to say for good reason, but that would be a lie. I was just feeling particularly lazy this morning, and just was in the middle of things, and just like, oh, I'll get to that stream thing soon enough. Let's hop in to the correct view here, and I have the wrong thing selected there. There we go. Live timer. I was doing some recordings yesterday, so YouTube stuff is happening, or was happening. I hope everyone's having a good day. Is audio down low? I think it is, yeah. Yeah, I hope everyone has had a good weekend so far, and everything's been going well with you. Picking up pretty much where I left off yesterday morning here. I haven't played since then. I think we're gonna kick off with actually picking up my cargo stuff, my resources. But I have to go grab my Constellation Andromeda if I can. And that is on Area 18. I'll see if it lets me grab it or not. And, oh yeah, I don't have the game audio on. I was like, why can't you hear the game? I heard it earlier. There we go. Game audio is now on. Excellent. So yeah, we gotta go to... We gotta go to Area 18 and go pick that up. Because I don't want to put a claim in for it, because I think I still had some cargo in there, and I don't want to lose that. That's dead. Let's go. We're not that far away. We're at Hurston, so come on over here. Huh. I don't know. All the labels are turned on for that one. Yeah, we want to go Area 18. If I can see it on this terrible map here. There. 18, set a route. There we go. There we go. Alright, whoops. I was already had spun up, I didn't realize it. Go. Away we go. And we're on our way. And this will give me a chance to look at some news that's been going on for the week that I haven't really been keeping up somewhat. I know I can say today, as of about, let's say an hour ago, the Awesome Games Done Quick, AGDQ, has started up for 2022. That'll be going on for a week, so a whole bunch of speedrunners speedrunning for charity and things. It's usually rather good, so please do to enjoy that stuff. I will admit, it was a little bit more. The runs were a little bit more enjoyable when they were done in a big room, because there was a lot of, feedback and stuff, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I assume they're still doing it remotely, because of the old C19 going on. So, and that would be the ideal thing anyway. But anyway, still rather good, especially if you like games in any kind of capacity. Just seeing somebody absolutely annihilate a game, particularly ones that you've played as a kid, is just fantastic. Or even ones that you never played but or never heard of before, and you just kind of watch them just tear through them, rip through them, is just really cool. Really cool stuff. And it's all for a good cause. So there is that. That is going on right now. I don't know. I didn't look at the schedule to see what they started out with. But I mean, usually it's if you miss it, and I mean, it's a 24/7 thing, basically. If you miss anything, I've found that their YouTube channel, when they keep up with it, which it takes them a little while to get some things up there, but I've found that that's a good way to see all the roundup of all the games that were played, and then be able to just kind of fast forward into them and see them being run and everything, or look for the particular ones that you're looking for. So there's that. I did see the tweets earlier that Dying Light 2 will take at least 500 hours to fully complete. 100%, which is like all the side stuff. And I see what they're going for as far as like a marketing angle, because people are always like, well, it's just going to be, I'm going to pay all this money. Am I going to get, my money's worth for a number of hours of gameplay and all that stuff? And they've also come out and said that, like, if you play it normally, like a normal person, it'll probably be less than 100 hours. Here's the thing about that. The Witcher 3 is, in my opinion, and I haven't finished the game, but it's just from what I've played of it, Witcher 3, in my opinion, is like the gold standard for what an open world, story-based game should strive for, because you spend 500 hours in The Witcher 3, and it's because you really enjoy the universe and the story, right? Like, there's a lot of stuff going on that's really interesting. The side quests are really fantastic, some of them. Some of them are, filler, but some of them are really, really fantastic. Most of them, I would say, are really, really fantastic. When someone comes out and says, oh, we got 500 hours of content if you do everything, I'm thinking to myself, like, is this going to be like an Assassin's Creed everything, where it's like, go collect 7,000 feathers around the world? You know what I mean? Because that's my first thing there is like, is that, what exactly are you going to be doing for that 500 hours? Is it going to be something meaningful and something fun? I mean, if it's like, I swear, if they had, in their DLC that I played of that, and I forget the name of the DLC, but in the DLC for Dying Light, one of the DLCs, you get a buggy, and you can run around and drive around and, bowl over zombies and all that stuff in your buggy. And it's also, they also had races and stuff like that you could participate in. Like, if they had something like that, where they had, like, an arcade racer with really good controls and they had races around, like, not necessarily around coming in first place, but around, like, time trial things that also involve how many zombies and stuff you kill along the way. I mean, that would be pretty fantastic, and I could see easily that there'd be some really good, side missions that would, like, I could see that being like a 500-hour thing, but I'm just kind of curious as to what that's going to be. And I admit I'm a little bit leery about Dying Light 2 as it is. Because Dying Light 1 was good. I mean, it had its flaws, certainly. But it was, generally speaking, good. My concern comes around, like, what kind of, like, there's something about, like, I liked the story of Dying Light 1.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
And from the little story and lore bits I've gotten from Dying Light 2, I feel like they're going to sort of Mass Effect 3 it. Right? Where Mass Effect 3 is, to date, the only Mass Effect game I have not played, because I did not like what I saw of the story. And I've seen other people play it, and the story to me was pretty not great in Mass Effect 3. And I'm worried, because they were constantly trying to one-up themselves, right? And I'm worried that's going to be the thing in Dying Light 2, is that they're like, well, now we gotta, the entire world is infected, and now you gotta, you're not just saving one city. You gotta be like the savior of all mankind. Oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna make it so that you can't possibly do that. And yeah, it's just like, I'm not sure I am entirely bought in on that. There. Somebody lock me up. Actually got a pull-in spot for a change here. That's cool. There we go. Now let's refuel
Landing complete.
the thing
Does it
here.
say?
Put it down as well. Somebody keeps locking me up here. I don't have a crime stat anymore. You can go buzz off. Whoever's locking me up. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm concerned about with that. We'll see. And it's also one of those things where I'm not going to be... I've already decided I'm not purchasing it day one. I'm going to let it sit and wait for a little bit. Because I got so many other games to take a look at anyway. But yeah, I'm staying cautiously optimistic, honestly. Alright, so what I want to do is run in here real fast and pull the Constellation out if it will let me do so. It's the rental. See what happens here. For that. Read that.
Thank you for visiting our home, Stanton's capital of commerce. Whatever your
Therefore, okay.
wish you a beneficial and
Let me retrieve it, which is good because I'm going to be filling it up with some cargo, and we'll be bringing it back here. So, there's a thing.
from transforming worlds.
Right. And hopefully it doesn't just implode on me. What's going on with the elevator is partially out? That might be a problem. That's going to be a real issue, isn't it? Have they made it so that it's non-functional here? You can get into the cargo bay, it looks like. The elevator appears to be jammed. How do I get this to retract here? Looks like perhaps things aren't going to work out so well here. Elevator, like nothing's responding. Wait, here we go. Close cargo bay. There we go. Where do I have to? What do I have to click on to make it work? Okay, up we go. And this should be to the front of the ship, right? No, that's to the back. Why do I always get turned around? This is the which way I'm supposed to go. Always happens. Now, see, I left the power on so that I could see what I'm doing here. This looks like it's not working there. I don't know what to do about that. I hope I can turn that. I hope I can close that from the pilot seat. See what we got here. Screens, cargo bay. Screen cargo bay. Get over here. Landing gear. Well, I'm going to assume that I'm worried about the elevator. I'm worried about the entrance thing. It was definitely ajar. Entrance airlock here. It looks like it's not responding. I wonder if it's actually damaged or something. Get in here and see if I have any damage on the ship. Little F1. And oh yeah, there's some damage to the ship. Maybe that's what's going on. Oh yeah, it's I can see it up there on the screen that's damaged. Okay, so now it should be fixed. The question is it actually does it retract when it gets fixed, or does it stay out there? And how did I break that? That's another question. Oh, there, I saw the... No. Will be no bueno there. Did it actually? I mean, it looked like it repaired it on the screens anyway. Get an external view. What's going on here? Yeah, it's still hanging out there. That is not ideal. I don't have a way of opening and closing that from here, I don't think. Alright, well, we'll fly with it for now and then see what we can do. Where's my comms at? There we go.
You are clear to launch.
Alright, engines are back on. And let's get the VTOL mode on. Our gear up. And up we go, very slowly. Alright, blow out, and away we go. Alright.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Get out of here, and we'll head to Protect L1 first. that will allow me to do these things. Or not. Okay. That's this one. Letting me set, not letting me set any courses. This map is so broken. So broken. Anyway. To make a good payday here, because we're just short of, we were until I paid all that stuff, we were just shy of 800,000. I need at least 2.5 mil, I think, for just to have my own constellation if I want to, or at least something close to that. I think getting a freelancer max, I think, is like 2.5 mil or something like that. So that's what we gotta work towards. We have goals, and as always, is there a little marker or something I can go to here? Yeah, let's go to this. Get out and about, and then hopefully the star map will work. Go. Alright, now I want to go here. Please. There we go. OM1. And then on our way to Microtech. Work here. Debug. There, write it down. Oh. Excellent. Alright, let's take some opportunity now to catch up on some news. Steam has broken its concurrent user record once again. Really? Valve has once again hit all new concurrent user peak user peak record. This time, 28 million users. 28 million users. The all-time peak is now 28,230,853 concurrent players. They're probably all... Oh, excuse me. That's what I get for being snarky. I was going to say they probably all play in Dota. Or, I'm sorry, or League of Legends. I wonder if it's top. What was the top one? Because usually they'll tell you what the top one was. Peaks reached January. What was the... Okay. Yep. CSGO, Dota 2, PUBG Battlegrounds, and Apex Legends. Yep. Yep, that sounds about right. Okay. What else do we have here? Company of Heroes 3. I have not played... I think I've played any of the Company of Heroes. What was that other... There was another game that I kind of liked. like the first one of, and then the second one I wasn't so sure on. It was like there were two characters that you played as. You were like mercenaries. It was like Company. I think it was Company of Heroes. It was like Company of. I can't think of it. It was a shooter, first-person shooter. And the name it was like Bad Company or something. Or I don't know. But you played as like two mercenaries. I think it was you could do co-op. But in the single player it was you, and the AI would take control of your partner. And that was interesting. I don't think I ever finished that game, but that was an interesting take on stuff. Elden Ring is the most wishlisted game, overtaking Dying Light 2. Okay. What else do we have here? Cyberpunk 2077. I actually finally picked up Cyberpunk 2077 because it was on Epic Game Store during their winter sale, where they give you like a $10 coupon that every time you buy something you get another $10 coupon. And it was like 30 bucks. It was on sale for 30 bucks. Plus I had a $10 coupon, so I brought it down to 20 bucks. So I ended up paying like $21 for that or something, and something else as well. I was like, why not? You know, at that point, I mean, there's probably at least 20 bucks worth of gameplay there. So there's that. Wait, what is this? Horizon Call of the Mountain? Wait, what is this? During Sony's reveal of the PlayStation VR 2 at this year's CES, it showed off PlayStation PSVR 2 footage of Horizon Call of the Mountain. The brief glimpse we had of this new Horizon spin-off looked impressive. It was already possible to play through the entirety of Horizon Zero Dawn in VR. Oh, is it just Call of the Mountain? Is that just an update to Horizon Zero Dawn to make it VR compatible? Is that what that is? Yeah, like there's already mods out there to play Horizon Zero Dawn in VR on PC. I'm not sure. I mean, I love Horizon Zero Dawn, and I can't wait for Forbidden West. I really don't have any desire to play that in VR. I mean, it's a beautiful world, don't get me wrong. It might be nice to like dip into it, like, you know, climb a mountain and then dip into VR and just take a look around, because it does have some pretty vistas in the game. Playing through the game in VR, I don't know. I'm not entirely sold on that, because it's a third-person action game, and it really works well as a third-person action game. So either in VR, either you're still in third person, or they put you in first person. In which case, I'm not sure how well that works in first person. But whatever, each their own. What do we got here? How to enable voice chat in Roblox. Oh boy. Lost Ark gameplay. Fortnite could be getting the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Well, why not? It's got everything else. Yeah, Sega will not proceed with NFT plan if it's perceived as simple money making. Which is corporate speak for we'll apologize after we've already rolled them out. Oh yeah, I had heard From Software was working on a game called Armored Core, and it vaguely, the name of the game vaguely twinges in my brain like I've heard it before, but I don't know anything about it. And apparently it was, not only is it leaked, that they're developing it, but apparently I think some of the source code was also leaked, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not entirely sure on that. Maybe I misread that, because I read leak, and I swear they said source code, but then this one saying, this article from IGN is saying it was just the existence of it was leaked by a survey given to Elden Ring players. So I don't know. We'll see. I believe Armored Core, if I'm not mistaken, Armored Core is a franchise, right? There's like multiple games in it. Because it just like changes in my brain, in the back of my brain, like I've heard it before, possibly even seen some footage of it before, but I don't remember it, like vague. Almost like I feel like it was on one of the consoles, like a PlayStation console or something, like an older one, like a PS2 or something like that. I don't remember. It's just kind of like, it's bugging me a little bit, and I should probably look it up. But let's see, what else do we have here? Worldbox is a god sim too smart to give you goals. Okay. Oh, it's an indie game, sure, but Worldbox? Was this like Sim Earth? Oh, I see. It's like a pure sandbox. Like there's no progression system or anything like that. It's just you play around with various things on a world. That might be interesting. Be interesting to look into. What else do we have here? Gameplay of a dude fighting a cyber dragon in Souls like Leak Faith for Forsaken. I think depends on how Souls like it is. If it's got a stamina bar, then I'm probably out. In fact, I'm almost definitely out. Rumor, Mario Kart 9 is in development at Nintendo. Well, I mean, Nintendo's got to do something. They rest on their laurels quite often. What else? A new South Park game is in development, apparently. Okay. lot of just Elden Ring stuff, a lot of repeated things here. New World's Winter Convergence is so popular it's been extended. Really? So extended to January 25th. Huh. New quest activities, items, and weapons. Huh. Been an age since I've been in New World, because they increased the grind to a point where it's too grindy, from what I understand. But let me check that out. Sounds interesting, especially if it's popular enough that they've extended it. I don't know. I don't know. I got so many things on my plate. I mean, I'm definitely not. If I check it out, it'll be off screen. I got way too much on my plate on screen to even attempt it. They have exploring a full history of Halo 3 ODST video gameography. Ooh, I need to watch that. That ODST, Halo 3 ODST is one of my favorite Halo games. Although I admit I have not played the more recent ones. Halo 5, Guardians, or I do have Halo Infinite, but I haven't dipped into it yet. So, I reserve the right to change that opinion based on the newer ones in the game, in the franchise. That, I mean, ODST and Reach were the two that I really like as far as Halo games go. The landing here.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Good, they gave me one straight ahead. Alright, we'll go pick up our mined resources here that have been refined. And I gotta go to CRU, Crusader, Lagrange Point 1, pick up some there, and then we're gonna ferry them back to Area 18 to be sold. Actually, yeah, I'll ferry them back to Area 18 to be sold. And then we can get into, then we'll see how much money I have, and we'll get into probably some bounties and stuff. Or not, well, we're, you know, clearing out facilities and things, probably, more than likely. Alright, so, pull up, or gear up, or down. Come on. Straightened out here. Alright, and we're down. Might as well get
Complete. Have a pleasant stay.
repairs and refuel while we're here as well. And while that's going on, I gotta go grab the stuff from the refinery. Let's see if we can fix this elevator, because it's not working. I might have to use the cargo elevator. Yeah, you know what? Let's use the cargo elevator and then go outside and see if I can fix that main elevator there. Where is the... Where is the button to deploy cargo here? This could be a problem. There we go. Couldn't see it, but it was there. Again. Get around there. Let's do... If I can get this to work here. Oh, there's just stuck in place. There's a way for me to unstick that. We don't have ladders in game. Playable ladders. I can just kind of go and hammer on it a little bit. Get to work. Alright. Well, whatever. I'll just get that. I'm going to store it anyway and see if it'll... Maybe when I take it out of storage, it'll be magically working again. We'll see. We shall see. Okay, elevator. Any day now, elevator. Is up a bit. That. Go. Alright. So, head down to the refinery deck. What's we got in the way of news, gaming news? And more of the Armored Core thing from Software. Huh. I think mostly, I mean, I'm not that far into my feeds. I'm only a day into them, but mostly repeats. Everyone's lined up. Are you gonna have anything on the ground here? No? Okay. Yeah, there's still a fresh instance here. NPCs haven't started up yet. The wrong...
See anything you like?
This is the wrong room. Let's get up here.
Hi, good to have you back.
And
See anything you like?
grab our... Oh, I have 2 work orders here. Like that. Like that. That's good. And then I know I have at least 1, TRU-L1. Gonna head on over there.
We've been noticing leaks in processes.
So I've been working on a recording. I'm doing a let's play, but just on the YouTube. Because my streaming stuff is kind of booked up. So I decided to dip into my library and start playing Mars Warlogs, which is the prequel to the Technomancer. It's got like mostly positive reviews and stuff, and so far it's not like terrible. I mean, it's got a layer of jank on it. It's definitely an older title, but you know, not terrible so far. So stuff on that. That'll be editing that. I mean, the reason I'm kind of doing that on my own, or doing it off stream, is because I'm trying to get back to a point where like editing isn't such a bear, and having only like 70 minutes of a game to edit rather than hours and hours tends to help a little bit. So, see there on that one. I have that going, and I'm also trying to like reduce the amount of editing I'm doing. I'm gonna only try to like play one game, edit it, get done, then play another game, edit it, get it done, that kind of thing on the side. I'm doing a lot of stuff on the side too, so it's not just that. It's also doing some Glimish stuff as well. The elevator working out? It looks like maybe. Well, I don't know. Still looks jammed to me. Oh wait, here we go. Oh, elevator. Hey, there we go. Elevator's working again. Very good. Very good. So it was legitimately broken because of damage. Now it's working yet again. That's good. Good stuff. Okay, it makes it a lot faster to get back up into the bridge. Okay, get our engines back on. Our VTOL back on. And we'll get out of here. We're up. Go up. Alright. And let's get to Crusader L1. Will let me do so. There we go.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Alright. Open up our quantum drive. So yeah, I'm also super busy and stuff. So I'm also, in addition to doing like some specific YouTube recordings on the side, I'm also working on some coding for Blimish, trying to help them out a little bit, keep them going. And that is working on the chat stuff right now. I've been going through their Discord, and a lot of suggestions in their Discord. I've just been kind of going through and just trying to pick out some things that I can probably do. And so I got like their chat box is just a regular old input field instead of like a text area like it is on other things. So when you type in, it just keeps scrolling to the left. So I've switched that to, at least locally anyway, I've switched it to a text area that spans out the 3 rows and then shrinks back, hopefully, once you once you submit the chat and all that stuff. Tooltips on the chat images. You know what the actual text representation of the emote chat images, the emote images, but you can see what the actual text of the emote is. A couple other suggestions. There was one that was have the chat take up more width on larger screens, and I looked at it, and yeah, somebody had put a maximum pixel size on it. I just set it to, rather than an actual number, I set it to 95%. So now on larger, and it's just the maximum, not the minimum. So on larger screens, hopefully the chat bubbles will take up more width of the screen when they're longer. If it's just like short chats, they'll still be the minimum width. So that's good. So it won't always completely obscure the custom backgrounds that people put on their chat. I'm working on, they added to the site pronouns and stuff, and you have options of where to show them. So I'm working on adding an option to show them in chat that you can turn on or off. So I'll put the tags in chat for that. Oh, there's a lot of like little things there that would be like sort of quick wins, but then there's also some more extensive things. Like I'm also working on people wanted to be able to adjust the size of the chat, the size of the text. So I'm going to work on that, and then I'm also adding to that. I'm looking to see what the license agreements are for more dyslexic-friendly fonts. There's 2 of them that I am aware of, Dyslexie and Open Dyslexic, and I believe they have favorable open source libraries, like MIT license or something like that. But I have to look into that, and if they do, then I'll probably provide users with the way to change what font they're using, because right now I think the default font for the site is like Roboto or something, which isn't bad, but I figure if we're going to give you text size options, we might as well give you font options too. Unfortunately, I was reading, because I'm personally not dyslexic or anything, so I don't know the struggle, but I was looking at a website to see what people consider to be some of the better fonts and stuff. It turns out like Dyslexie and Open Dyslexic are both pretty good, but the number one font that that people who suffer from dyslexia really like, Comic Sans, which I guess makes a lot of sense because the letters are pretty distinct in that, and the waviness of them probably helps, I guess, in comprehending the word. Unfortunately, that's a Microsoft font, so I can't, like, as far as I know, there's no version of that. There might be a version of that. I don't know. Open Comic Sans, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. That you can actually use on a website without incurring license fees and the wrath of lawyers and things. So I'll look into that too, because there might be like an open source version of that. I don't know. I imagine if it's that well liked by those who suffer from dyslexia, I would imagine someone out there has probably started to work on something similar to it. But we'll see. we'll see. So I'm trying to add those things. Also, someone else had a suggestion on the default colors for people in chat, like their names, their usernames, is white, which is the same color as the chat text itself, at least on in the dark mode. In the light mode, it's the same. It's black though, and that was making it so that the username and the text of the chat were kind of running together a little bit. Like you couldn't. It wasn't easy to distinguish the two, and I kind of agree when I look at it. So I've tried to come up with a different color for those that doesn't clash with the other colors that are already in the system, because it's like the hard part of that is not so much finding well, there's two hard parts of it. One is finding a color that works with the background, which I ended up picking two different colors because we've got light and dark backgrounds. But also trying to pick something that doesn't look like other colors that are important. So for instance, admins of the site are red. So I didn't want to pick anything that was red because you might mistake that person for an admin. And then I think the community team members are green. I didn't want to pick anything close to green because that would, again, look like it'll clash with that. And then I think supporters, top tier supporters of the site are like gold. So I couldn't pick anything near that either. So I was like, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at websites of like, here's some different color schemes to use, and here's the hex codes, and I'm looking at all them, and I'm trying them, and I'm like, now that one looks too much like this one, that one looks too much like that one. So I finally came up with like two different colors. They're not the greatest, but at least they probably won't be mistaken for actual roles in the system. So one of them is on light backgrounds. When you use light mode, it's a purple color, and in dark mode I chose, what was it, like I think like a brownish tan color. I think that's what I settled on after looking at it. So different enough that it should stand out now from the text of the chat, but also who knows, regardless of what colors I pick, someone's gonna be like, that's terrible. It's like, sorry. Best I could do. And it's one of those things where inevitably it'll get out there, and the next suggestion will be, well, can't we just change the color to whatever we want? And then you have the whole another problem where, well, now someone can actually change their stuff to change their color to gold or to green or to red and make themselves look like one of those roles. And so now you gotta pull back on that and make the roles have like some other distinguishing mark and stuff. Yeah. You open up a bag of worms every time you go in and change something. It's funny too, because people will say like, why does it take so long to develop this thing? Like, I could do that in a day. And it's like, yeah, you could do it in a day probably, but you probably didn't take into account all these other factors when you did, like for instance, and I just found this bug because I was looking into having an embedded player, because right now the player on the site that plays the streams does not have it embed. You can embed it, but there's not a specific player that can be embedded on like a web page and stuff. But they're using that on the home page, and I realized, when you go into homepage rotation, if you have marked your stream as mature only, it does not show that on the homepage rotation. It shows your stream on the homepage rotation, but it doesn't stop people from watching your stream with the message that this is a mature thing like it does when you go to your channel page. So basically, that flag is not stopping people from watching your stream on the homepage without being prompted that it's a mature stream. So that's a bug that I'll have to get have to get addressed. And I'm not, and the reason I was even looking at it was because I'm trying to make it so that we can embed, so we can use Twitter video cards, where your stream actually shows when you tweet out a link to your streaming page, that you can that it will show up as a video embedded in Twitter. And as I was looking at that, I realized that Twitter's a stickler for what you put on there. And I don't know, I have to read it again, but like, I definitely want to make sure that we put a prompt on there that's like, if you've set your stream as mature only, that we really should prompt you on that screen before you hit play, or when you hit play, that's what you're getting into. And I believe Twitch does that, but I'm not entirely sure, because Twitter is like has some very odd language where it's like, we don't want you to have any kind of interaction with this thing. It's only this one approved interaction that you'd have and stuff with these video cards and stuff. And I'm like, oh, well, mature. There's gotta be another click in there, right? And it's a click that everyone's going to have to use. Like, it's going to be regardless of what setting you have on the site, because we won't know that you won't be logged into the site when you're watching the video from Twitter, you know what I mean? So it's like, do you just not allow? I mean, if the stream is marked as mature, do you just not make it a video card? Do you have to put extra logic in there that makes it maybe a different kind of card? I don't know. I have to read up their developer documentation again to see what is involved with that. Because I was looking at like Twitch streams that people tweet out, and I haven't seen anything on them, so I don't know. I haven't seen like an example from them, so I don't know how that works for Twitch, or I'd borrow it. Borrow the idea. You know what I mean? Lovingly borrow the idea. But yeah, looking at some of that stuff. But I got a few things like that are working okay. And then I was going to look at like when you go to change your stream title and stuff and tags. Someone had suggested this, but it was something I had also thought about myself. On Trovo, they actually show you your most recent, like where you select what tags you want to tag your stream for. They show you the most recent tags you've used, so you can just click on those rather than typing them back in. And actually, we can kind of, the way that streams are held in the database, we can actually do that right now with the streams that people have already done, and also potentially have it based on category. So whenever you're streaming in the gaming category, it'd be the last 5 tags you used in the gaming category versus the IRL category versus all that stuff. I think. I mean, I have to look more at the Tagify. We use something called Tagify for that, and I have to see how to actually extract that data from that thing, but it looked like, at least on the surface, like that could be doable and be retroactively doable, which is even better. Like, it'll just theoretically just start working, just plain work. But that is all in my spare time, and that means it's going to take forever and a day before it sees the light of day, because I gotta write all the tests for it. I mean, the hardest part of that is testing the stuff. Testing it and making sure I get, doing it an hour a day. Did they not give me landing clearance? What's going on here?
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Alright, assign me a landing bay already. Ah, there we go. Those are kinds of things I'm working on for Glimished Air. And then, obviously, the elephant in the room is rating. Like I got a pull request out there for hosting, and I believe Clone is reviewing it. And I imagine it's going to take a while to review that because that there was a lot of code there. Like I changed I think it was like 2,500 lines of code and 37 files or 39 files or something like that. So it's going to be a while. He's reviewing that. And that's, and I expect him, hopefully he'll review. Ooh, that was...
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
That was a bit of a bounce that I didn't intend. How much damage did I just... Not bad, okay. I say that and then I'll probably exit I'll exit the ship and it'll probably explode behind me. Alright. Go pick up our other load of ore. I think I only have one load of ore here, but there might be multiple. Possible. Let me also let me close that up because I feel like when I store the ship and then I bring it out of storage, that elevator must get damaged. Because they're still having problems with the collision between the ground and the ships and stuff. So I do that just to make sure it doesn't have a whole lot of damage when I pull it back out of mothballs here. So we'll see. It's yeah. So the hosting stuff is out there, is being reviewed. It doesn't include like notifications in chat for the fact that you're being hosted, or even the statistics page. Because I could not. I still have to work on those. I can't. Like the chat thing, I was worried about because I didn't want to like break any chat bots that were out there. Because a lot of people use chat bots or bots that integrate with the chat to give them other features like polls and all that stuff. And that's great and all. And I didn't want to like mess all that up without having some kind of early warning to the authors of those things. But then the activity page, which is still a work in progress anyway, I, for the life of me, could not figure out how it was collecting statistics. It's doing some kind of PhD level thing to collect statistics. So I was like, well, I'll come back to this and try to figure out how to integrate at least the number of times you've been hosted into that. And ultimately, it was also a matter of like, I don't know how many people are actually going to use it, because when you think about streaming services and like the different features and stuff, most people are used to Twitch, especially, viewers and stuff are mostly used to Twitch. When you look at Twitch and all the features there and what ones get used and what ones don't, I imagine there's quite a lot that simply fall by the wayside because they weren't really designed well in the first place. And I feel like the auto hosting thing on Twitch is one of those examples of things that was not designed particularly well, because the only time somebody's hosting someone is if you happen to be sitting on their channel when they do it. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know how many people sit on a channel that's offline. But yeah, that's kind of a huge limitation. And so one of the things I did with Glimish was to also integrate it with the following page. So if you follow someone who is not live but is hosting someone else, the person that they're hosting will show up on your following page, so that you can get it through that way. So at least there's a little bit more meat on the bones when it comes to that. Right, we had just the one work order there. Alright, now we're going to take all of this back to Area 18 and see how much money we get for it. Hopefully a lot. There is some quantitanium mixed in there, so I'm expecting to get a decent amount out of it, but we'll see.
A moving glass has been found. Report to the manager's office if you think it's yours.
And yeah, so that's those things I've looked at. And also the other part of that too is like to put extra logic in there to say like if you go onto your own page, your own channel page, you won't get redirected to whoever you're hosting, because that would be kind of annoying, because you really want to be on your channel page maybe to get your stream title changed and all that stuff. So it doesn't redirect you there in those cases, and I had to put all kinds of test cases in for that. And the back-end job that runs, like some of the SQL I did, like was actually kind of stretching my SQL fingers a little bit, because you know, I do know quite a bit of SQL, but even it takes a while to write some of those database queries and make them work reliably, particularly when you don't necessarily have stored procedures to utilize for them. So some of those queries were a little bit challenging, but you know, it was kind of neat. It was nice to be able to kind of flex my brain a little bit, you know, because I've been writing Java code for 18 years now. What hangar did they say? I wasn't really paying attention. It said hangar 5, isn't it? Oh, pad 10. No, not even close. I've been writing Java code for like 18 years, and you get used to how certain things work, and it's nice every once in a while to kind of pull back from that and work in a different language entirely with a different set of tools that do the same thing but do it in a very different way in many cases, which is both, you know, good and also frustrating sometimes. Like, there's been numerous times while I was working on like working on the hosting thing where I literally just wanted to drop into jQuery and just write the damn JavaScript rather than using Elixir's built-in nonsense, because it was just annoying me. I'm like, I know exactly how to do this in pure JavaScript, but it put all this abstraction in the way that you're supposed to use, and just, you know, as Scotty said in Star Trek 5, or I'm sorry, Star Trek 3, the more they bypass the plumbing, the easier it is to stop up the drain, you know? Just like craziness here. Alright, so get our engines back on. Our VTOL back on. We got a full load, 3 cargo runs in our hold. And now we're going to head back to Area 18. Go sell them.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Go. Go. Actually, probably the shorter leg of our cargo run here. Yeah, it's interesting. You always have to think about the audience when you're doing like websites and stuff. It's why I often say that computer programming, or at least web development anyway, full stack development, like what I do, is I have a bachelor's degree in science, but what I do is more art than science at times, because it's just like you have to try to figure out. There's 9 ways a Sunday to do any one particular problem. Like, at the end of the day, you're a problem solver, right? And there's 9 different ways to solve a problem. And some of those ways are easier to understand than others. And so it's always a challenge to find a way to solve a problem that's easy for other people later on to come in and see what you did and be able to fix it, while also delivering features that people want or don't know they want, while also solving problems, because I see quite often, especially like in a lot of the suggestions that roll in for on the suggestions channel on Glimish, that it's like people will ask for something and they'll just ask for that one thing, and you'll look at it and you'll go, what is the end game here? Right? I mean, it's like a good example of that is a company I worked at was working in, we were doing like medical records stuff, and our clients were asking us to expand the size of a note column. We had a notes section that where you could type in additional notes and stuff about the description or whatever you're writing, and we had it like, I'm going to say 200 characters or something like that, 255, which is more than enough for like a note, you would think. And they were asking for it to be expanded to like 8,000. We're like, what is the reasoning for this? And that's all they were asking for. They didn't say why they wanted it, just that they wanted it. And then when you start to peel back the onion and you start to look at why they are asking for that, you realize they're using that field for something completely different. They were tracking something else in that field, and they just wanted the field expanded because they wanted to just be able to put more information in there, stuff more information into it. And it's like, well, we could just give you fields that are specific to the information you're trying to do, and then you're trying to track, and then that way you'll be able to like search on it later on, and you'll be able to find that stuff better, or, be able to require it before somebody is allowed to submit a request and everything. And it's just weird sometimes, because you see that, because it's like you have to have a sixth sense to know that like someone's driving towards, they don't want to tell you what their problem is that they're trying to solve. They're just trying to drive you towards a solution that they want. You know what I mean? It's like, well, if you just tell me what problem you're trying to solve, there might be a better way of doing it. You never know. You know what I mean? It'll take longer to do it the better way, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it's just a better way of doing things. Yeah, it's stuff like that it kind of drive you a little bit batty at times. You sort of have to take it all into account as you're doing things. And at the end of the day, this is the thing I've always. This is one of those. It's one of those truisms, I guess, that I've come to realize after years and years of writing code. No amount of code that I write ever affect the bottom line of a company, right? It's like it's always in service of some kind of feature. It's always in service of some kind of hook, right? There's something that makes people want to use your service over other services. You have to have that hook. Otherwise, you're no different than the other service, and they're probably more used to the other application than they are yours, and they have little reason to change, right? If you don't have a good hook, then, I could write the best code I've ever written in my life, and it wouldn't make a lick of difference, you know? You gotta just have that hook in there. And I think one of the things that is worrying me a little bit, worrying's not a right term. One of the things that is a little disconcerting, I guess, right now when it comes to Glimesh is that you have an open source community driven site that isn't really changing that much, not changing that rapidly. It's changing, but it's going at such a slow pace that you're not really taking advantage of. There's a fast mover advantage that you're not participating in. And because of that, when people are looking for some open source projects to invest their time in, to develop for, they're going to look at how much activity is there and how often do things get done, how often do things get moved around. And if they don't see a whole helping of activity or a whole helping of feedback and stuff, that could really, that would be a potentially negative thing. Not to mention the fact that you then have, viewers and you have streamers who don't see the code. Even though it's there for them to look at, they maybe don't know what they're looking at or don't care to look at it. And so they don't know what state things are in because they only know the state of things as they are right now, like what they can see on their settings page and all that stuff. So, and that's kind of it's unfortunate because there's there's certainly some. This is one of those things where there's a lot of features that people are going to be expecting, streamers in particular are going to be expecting out of a streaming site, and whether it's a reasonable expectation or not. And if you don't have those, unless you've got some other hook that will get people to be like, well, okay, you don't have that, but I do like what you're doing here, and so I'll put up with not having that for as long as it takes, then they're not going to stick around. And that's the thing. Like right now, we got Twitch going through this whole rigmarole with DMCA and stuff, and it's a long time coming. This has been a problem since the Justin TV days, even that they just have not addressed well enough. And right now, if you could have a streaming service that offered the thing that Twitch can't, which is like you can, we have a partnership with Disney Plus and Netflix and all this other stuff, or a partnership with Pluto, where you can get even if it's something like very old, like a library, a video library that you have access to that's just old TV shows and old, movies and stuff like that. Something like, I think MST3K, right? They had, those guys, because they were part of a public TV station, they had access to, or public access station that they originally were, working for. They had access to all these like really old, crappy movies and stuff, and they turned it into a gold mine, you know, for like 10 years. Like even something like that, if you could support even something like that on a streaming service where it doesn't have to be just a comedy thing, it can be whatever, you know, it could be an educational thing, it could be whatever. The streamers stream up, you know, they'd probably be more likely to put up with the lack of other things, you know, on the site, at least for the immediate future. You know, just because they have access to something they don't have access to anywhere else. But that's not an easy ask. It's definitely not an easy ask to grab that stuff. So it's very very hard to sort of break into. There's a lot of consideration have to be worked on in order to make something successful, from what I've seen. But I'm hopeful. We'll see. I wouldn't be writing code for it if I wasn't hopeful. Although, to be fair, I'm also writing code for it because it's keeping my skills relatively sharp as well. So I'm not getting. It's not a net zero thing by any stretch of the imagination. All right, now I gotta find. Where is the Area 18 landing zone? Should be a flashing light somewhere. Small red flashing light somewhere. Always struggle to find this thing. Particularly at nighttime, I struggle to find this thing. That's not it. Down there? No, that's definitely not it. Where is this at? Trying to find the landing zone. I cannot for the life of me find it. It is becoming daytime though. That might help a little bit. They really need to make it like more obvious here in Area 18. Like, I mean, New Babbage is, it's obvious enough there because it's up on a mountain top. Area 18, it blends in so much with everything else. Like at nighttime, it's hard to see it. And like, Lorville is great because you can see the floating signs. Right? At nighttime, you know where to go. There it is. That it over there? That looks like it. The flashing light there. That's gotta be it. Like you can barely tell. Like that flashing light there is the tower. Yeah, this is definitely it. You can hardly even tell. And it wasn't until it started to get light out that I could actually tell that that was there.
Please proceed to assigned landing zone.
Okay. Detail on in our gear. There. Where we have to go. A little bit crooked, but I think we'll be okay. Yep, there we go. Alright, we're down. We're getting there anyway. And we're down. Excellent. Air and refuel. Down? Yeah, we are down. And get the landing complete. Which has me a little bit concerned. Well, landing has to be complete because it let me prepare and refuel. So we have to be good. And it still has the symbol there though. That's a problem. If it's still got the symbol there though, then it's not, we're not actually. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get out of here and it's gonna be like, you're blocking an active thing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Let's see if I can... see if I can store it. That'll be the actual test here. Back this way. I'm about as landed as a man could be here. It hasn't, like, registered fully. Landed. If I could store it, then that should make it happy. Yep, there goes store. Excellent. Okay. Good then. Go sell our wares and see how far we get. It's pretty cool to see like the sun starting to come up too while you're on the planet.
Trap now approaching.
All right, and off we go. Off we go, friends. Oh, what else? Another news tidbits here. Oh, 2022 Independent Games Festival Awards finalist revealed. Okay. What does it say there? Inscription by Daniel Mullins Games. Unpacking by Which Beam. Okay. That's it. Oh, here we go. Best student game. Haikai Value? Right here.
Trap now leaving the station.
I'll read those when we get done running around here. Aberrus. Letter Lattice. Nine-Eyes Recipe Live Adventure. Those are the student things. Mini Jet to Far Shore, Unpacking, Tellum for audio, Mini Motorways, Stable, and Inscription. Alright. Alright, what do we got here? Can I fill some stuff? What are we at now? We're at 797,100 where we're starting. Okay. Okay. A whole load of quartz that I can't get rid of, apparently. Okay, 797,100 to 907,803. So we made 200,000 credits, pretty much, out of all that. That's not bad. Not bad at all. We're nearly to 1 million. So that's pretty darn good. So the mining is actually working out for the most part, at least if you're doing the quantitanium mining anyway. The rest of it, like the barrel and stuff, didn't really get me too much. Even the quartz didn't really give me too much, and I haven't been able to sell all of it either, even. So, let's see. Let's see on that. I'm wondering though, I think maybe we'll do the mining though right now. Sounds like a plan. I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna pull the constellation back out again. Go to Microtech L1 and yeah, go do some mining in our prospect. I think that's what I'll do. A nice chill stream, and that'll get us working towards the whole bunch of money and stuff. So that sounds like a good thing. Excellence in design, inscription, unpacking, overboard, strange horticulture, webbed, and midnight protocol. Oh, I gotta play midnight protocol. I've got it. I have it on my machine. And I played it like when it was a demo. But I need to actually play it the full release of it. Narrative: Last Call, Bureaucracy, Closed Hands, Overboard, Inscription, Unpacking. Okay. Visual art: The Eternal Cylinder, Behind the Frame, The Finest Scenery, Apertura, Fuzz Dungeon, Wild at Heart. Okay. Jet Far Shore, and wait, Delta V? I think Delta V is on there. But it's not a bullet point. It's inside of a parenthesis, so I don't know what that means there. Novoa Award, Memory Card, Authricia and Saturnia's Bureaucratic Adventures, Basehold 2020, Tux and Fanny, Cruelty Squad, Sparkles and Gems, Buzzed Dungeon, and Suchi, I guess. How do you say that? And then the Seamus Finale Grand Prize was up for that is Inscription, Unpacking, Loop Hero. Ooh, I hope Loop Hero gets it. Eternal Cylinder, Cruelty Squad, and Unsighted. I haven't played really any of those other than Loop Hero. haven't heard of even half of them. So that's a thing. That's the indie game developer award nominees. So. Hangar 4. I want to see something here. Where's our prospect at? Mick 1, okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. What else? Right, I don't see much else there. I'm still only a day out. Go on, keep on scrolling there. Keep on scrolling. Halo Infinite was having some kind of event. I don't even know what it was. Saw some streamers streaming some sort of event.
You are clear to launch.
Okay. Doors are probably open enough right now. There we go. And we'll get up and out of the atmosphere.
Thank you, and please visit again.
New World aims to improve its endgame with quests and rewards. Well, I would hope so. They lost a lot of players. What else do we have on the news feed here? I'm looking through it here. Stardew Valley's real endgame, redecorating all of Pelican Town. Okay. B-movie inspired action RPG looks like an anime fan's fever dream. What? What? I don't know. Not a big anime fan, but oh yeah, American Story. Highlights stylish samurai slaughter of Dead Rising-esque zombie hordes in its first trailer. Oh. Okay. I mean, Dead Rising wasn't too bad. It was a certainly interesting way of doing things. Huh. I don't know. I don't know about that game. I mean, it seems interesting, but I don't know if it's my kind of game or not. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2 will be revealed in May. that pains me, that game. Because I really wanted to like that game, but I really hate Souls-like. And that does everything that I hate Souls-likes for. Yeah. And now they're kind of stuck. They can't just like... They can't just make it a non-Souls-like because they'll lose all the people who love the first game. So, I just... Not a fan of that genre. I did not like that game. I mean, I wanted to like the game. It had decent like story beats and stuff, but everything else about it, I just absolutely gameplay and all that stuff, I just could not stand. What do we got here? That's it. I should see if there's like a mod for that game to make it not. It was on PC, right? So like, can I mod that game so that it's no longer Souls-like, so it's actually a game worth playing? Can I remove the stamina bar from it and all the nonsense? It's possible, I suppose. Valorant. Nothing else on the... Not much else on the news front here. Still not through the whole week though yet. We got a lot of news feeds here. They all keep repeating themselves too. That's how good the news feeds are. Fallout TV series. That'll be thing. To look for, I guess. PUBG, Mario Kart 9. Ghost of Tsushima sells over 8 million copies. That's good. That's a really fantastic game. Really, really fantastic. Did they ever have their PC? Did they ever release that on PC? I feel like they were going to do a PC release of it. I don't know. I think that had a PC release. Maybe not. I don't know. I might be thinking of something else. But if it doesn't have a PC release, it deserves one because that was a freaking fantastic game. I have not gone back and played the DLC for it either. I should do that because I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed that game so much that I darn near 100%ed it. I don't know if I fully 100%ed it, but I got pretty close. I don't see yet. Battlefield 2042. The Bradlock. Yeah. I mean, welcome to the internet. Oh, the Fallout TV series is going to be on Amazon. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I wonder if it's going to be... I wonder if it's going to be on Amazon Prime for people to be able to do a watch party on it. That's an interesting one. Yeah, it's a lot of... Ooh, excuse me. A lot of news repeats. A lot of news repeats here as I go through, as I scroll through my news feed here. Oh yeah, and Christina Aguilera has played Pokemon Legends Arceus before. That shows you how how little news there's been this week, I guess. Oh yeah, that's right. E3 2022, I think, was completely canceled, if I'm not mistaken, entirely. I don't know. I don't think I'll miss it, honestly. I think I really like the online only presentations that have been happening now. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people who miss the in-person stuff and the experience and all that stuff, but honestly, the online presentations are much more concise and to the point and just produced well, you know? Get in, you get out, you don't have to worry about tickets, you don't have to worry about travel, you don't have to worry about anything, that stuff. Just, you know, there's not a whole lot of fluff in them. For the most part. I mean, there was some foibles along the way. What else? Oh yeah, Gods Will Fall is now free on the Epic Games Store. I don't know what that game is at all, so but I'll definitely pick that up on the store there. That's going to be until the end of the month, I believe. What else? See, it's saying here that E3 is going to be online only. I thought it was being canceled entirely. It sounds like they're just doing an online only thing. And then, of course, Jeff Keighley announced Summer Game Fest 2022 as well. Project Zomboid's coming along. They're going to try to put NPCs in the game. I still need to sit down and figure that game out. That's one of those games where it's like, it seems like it's more rewarding when you're playing with other people than it is when you're doing it solo, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Again, it's like, and I don't know how it works for that game, but I like open world games where you can actually make a difference in the world. Like, and I get that survival sims aren't always, you know, are rarely of the type where you make a difference, but like, if in that game, I don't know exactly how it works, but if in that game you can actually clear out a place and have it stay cleared out, that'd be kind of great, you know. But I get also that, you know, that would kind of detract from the survival aspect of it, right? Because the game has to constantly keep sending random things at you repeatedly in order to make it feel like you're surviving. But I don't know, if you could like go into find a city and just basically make it so that you've killed so many zombies around it that none of them ever show up ever again. That might be interesting. But then again, you know, that would kind of kill the whole mood of the game, I suppose. So, and the whole survival aspect. But oof, excuse me, man. I've had 2 cups of coffee and I'm still yawning here. Engine impact stuff. Oh, whoops. Hit the microphone. There was another, like there was another trailer for Horizon Forbidden West, introducing different tribes you're going to come up against. I need to watch that at some point. Maybe not. Maybe I should just go into it completely blind. I don't know. That might be a thing. Go completely blind in the game and discover those things as you go. Yeah. Wait a minute. What? Oh, something caught my eye here. Oh, the Quest VR 2. Quest VR. Alright. I mean, that's about all the interesting news I can see. I can see the news is starting to, like, sort of repeat itself a little bit and get more niche there. But, you know, cool things all around. Cool things all around, I'd say. The good time, it's a good time to be, like, you know, I know that the world has gone to crap. But, it's been a good few years to be like someone who plays video games and enjoys playing video games. Yeah, there's so many to choose from now. So many good ones to choose from. A lot of crappy ones too that have been released, but most of those crappy ones have been AAA releases. You know, the indies have been just kind of knocking it out of the park, I think. But yeah, good times all around. Oh, I need to like stretch it something. Okay, we have made it. Want to go land this and grab our prospector. And we'll take the prospector out for a little spin. I think the first spin. Where do I usually go for that? I think first in L4 is where I usually go, right? No, where do I usually take? Usually go to, it's Arc L4, right? I think. Arc L3 maybe? How far away is Arc L3? Pretty good distance. Especially if I'm going to have like Quantanium on board or something. It'd probably be Arc L4 or go to. Alright. Because, I mean, there are asteroids around here, but I don't think there's any good paying ones around here. Is up here. I can get this way to ways up. Believe. Oof. Ah. Okay. Get on in here. Do a landing. And then this way, my cargo ship will be where I need to be for the next cargo run.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Okay. Right out in front of us there. Kind of roll over to the side a little bit.
Landing gear deployed.
Nope, and we're probably not the softest landing ever, but
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
is what it is. So all that. Turn the engines off, but leave the power on so we can see what we're doing when we're in here. Alright, so we'll store that, like I said. Let's go on at least one mining trip here. Try to get some kind of progress. At least get something running. Alright, and we'll store that. And we'll get our prospector out. Add to. Go. Yeah, very good. In we go. I get refill our quantum fuel. I remember running out of here with trying to get this stored. Oh, actually, I got it ready up thoroughly. Actually, there we go.
Hello, how can Miss help you today? Systems on.
All right, and where's my? Let's get permission here, just so it's faster to come back again.
You are clear to launch.
All right, and let's head to.
Thank
I guess Arc L4. I don't remember if that's the one where it's like, or maybe maybe Crusader L3. Yeah, let's go there. See how far it will. Because we'll be carrying volatile cargo, and I want to make sure that we make it back here in time. We're gonna get 15 minutes. 30,000? That's a bit much. How far away? That's a bit much. What about Hurston L4? $26. All right. Arc L4. Alright, I guess Hurston's the closest one then. What about Crusader L5? Because that's actually close to CRU L1. You know what, we can go there. 214. What did that take then? $300. 214 out of 500. Okay, I think we'll have enough fuel to get there. Then we can jump off. We can jump down to clear L1, I guess. That point. So let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. Which I know kind of nullifies the idea that I brought the other ship over to Mike L1, but I mean, we'll still probably have some things here. I am going to take a short break so I can stand up and stretch. Folks who've been watching probably for a while should probably also stand up and stretch for a little bit, but I'll be right back. We got a ways to go on this quantum jump, so I'll be right back. Oh yeah, we're rocking now. I feel bad for I feel bad for disrupting that. It sounded really cool. Popping in here. Alright. Oh yeah, oh it's Zircon, of course. Zircon's good. I use one of his tracks for my outros on YouTube and stuff. Got some good stuff there. This one too, Across the Ocean, sounds really good, really cool. Have to make a note of that. We're almost at Crusader L5. I hope this is an actual asteroid belt thing. I know one of these L5 Lagrange points doesn't actually have any asteroids in it. It's just a trap. I always forget which one is which. So we'll see here. We shall see. Do. Ooh. Ready then? Coming on in here. Do. Boom. Okay. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Nebula forming. I don't know if I see any asteroids though. Oh yeah, there's definitely some here. Okay. Let's at a time. L1. Ambitious Dream Station into our thing here. Okay. We'll find some good asteroids of mine now. That's titanium. Yeah. I have to go a little bit further in, I imagine. There's a lot to choose from here. That's good. Hopefully counts for something. What do we got here on these asteroids? Don't know. Gold on that one. Golden diamonds. Diamond. At least the scanning is working. That's good. Not finding anything that almost screwed up here though. Okay. Go past it. What's going on here? I was getting a reading on it and then decided to give me a reading. Doesn't look like it has anything significant on it. Titanium. Not finding much besides like titanium and things. That have titanium. Titanium. Looking like I'm gonna strike out here. As far as finding more titanium. Let's go deeper and see. Ooh, okay. Another one I nearly crashed into because it wasn't scanning. Does not appear to be an actual real rock here because it's not acknowledging my presence. Can't scan this one either. Have to take out the old mining laser. Scan it. Even that's not working. Yes, that must be just a fake asteroid. May just have to settle for what we find, even if it's not titanium. That's 4 A's there. I see. Uh, 7% titanium on this guy. I think we'll set up shit up here. I do believe.
Mining mode.
11% titanium, Boreas, okay. I guess we'll do that. Why not? I'm probably not going to get that much for titanium, but you know what? It's something. It's something more than what, you know, I'm not accumulating really any debt per se to do it, other than fuel, so why not go for it? Okay, we're getting there. A nice large optimal range here. Okay. Holding steady. A little bit here. What you have? You're mostly inert. All right. You. %? Okay, well, we'll see what we can do here. I think I can get a nice chunk off of it that's mostly titanium and almost no inert. Or 0 inert. We'll see. The thing about, again, started to look, because, you know, AGDQ was on and all that stuff. Again, started looking at the speed running things. I've been following the Commander Privateer a little bit, because that's kind of the game I've wanted to speed run for a while. Like, sort of digging through the files and stuff to see if I can figure out, like, the best commodities to sell and where to sell them and all that stuff. And it's still haven't quite figured that out yet. It looks like, I mean, it looks like drugs are the best commodity you can sell in that game. But, makes sense. They're brilliant. But, I don't know. What is this? 8% titanium, that's it? It's mostly like inert stuff. I mean, that's got a pretty good breakdown on it. That too. Still got more inert material than titanium. We can turn that around a bit. Yeah, I was thinking about trying my hand at like Wing Commander Privateer as far as like figuring goes, because it's nice and niche, sort of. But we'll see. I mean, like already got records out there for like 1 hour and stuff, and I don't know if there's any information that I can glean out of the files that would help anything, because a lot of it is just like, you know, sort of have to kind of connect the dots a little bit, like what station is this and all that stuff, and where do you have to go for that particular thing, which people have probably already figured out, you know, through trial and error already. And like there's some like reputation stuff and stuff in there too. Try and make your run faster by like making the Karathi like you a little bit. Yeah, all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know, we'll see. I'm feeling nostalgic for some older games anyway, but I don't have a good way, like I don't have any good ideas on what to do with them. Like I was trying to come up with ways on like the YouTube channel to sort of like, what do I want to do with it? How do I want to do these videos and stuff? Do I want to keep doing blind playthroughs, or I want to do something that isn't blind? And I kind of settled on like I want to start doing stuff that's not blind playthrough, something that, you know, play through a game that I enjoyed and play through it again, but do like a little bit of a different way of doing it. But I don't know. It's a lot harder to come up with that than you might think. And I have very few ideas. Very, very few. Alright. What else here? I think we're going to have mostly inert materials. I wish you could... I mean, I know there's a mining hit. I did have a mining hit at one point that tried to reduce the amount of inert materials. But... that must have run out of charges or something, or broke in some way, shape, or form. I don't see it on the list there. Or I just generally forgot to equip it. %. 7%. 17%.
Extraction mode on.
This is not going to be a particularly good run here, unfortunately. Our cargo is almost full now anyway. But yeah, mostly inert material. Very little titanium actually came out of that. Only 7% there. What does this have in it?
Extraction mode on.
0.4. Percent. Break this one up. This will probably be the last. I mean, we're at 31.7632. Yeah, we're doing very little out of this anyway. But I want to see if I can get, you know, one that's got a whole lot in it. There. Hmm. 10%. Alright, let's grab it out of this one. Yep, cargo's already full.
Fracturing mode on.
Alright. Well, it is what it is.
Mining mode off.
I guess we'll head back to Serial 1. Because why not at this point? Is it obstructed for some reason? What's going on here? Saying it's obstructed. Wonder if it's moved around the other side of planet there, or but it's L1 range point. Could be obstructed. Like it is though. Oh, but it's showing up now on my screen. Let's go, go, go. There we go. Yeah, short little hop over to there, and we'll drop off the titanium. Just, you know, there's not that much there to be worked on, unfortunately. It was not a very good mining run. But, oh well. One way or the other, I'm getting ready to wrap it up here. We're coming up on 3 hours of screaming, and I want to get some things done and generally relax a little bit more for last day off before I get back to full work. So. Still working my brain off my fingers to the bone. This is what, it is what it is. I already know I'm walking into some projects that have very short due dates, so I'll have to. That will be a thing. Hopefully, I can sleep well and pop into it and just get started right away, hit the ground running, that kind of thing. Is what I'm hoping for tomorrow. Maybe get it done before without much of a hitch, maybe. So we'll see. We'll see. But brand new year, new challenges. Always a new challenge, which is always fun, always interesting, and I'm certainly keeping busy. certainly. I have no end to tasks that I have to complete and tasks that I should complete. And still have a lot of tasks that I should complete and haven't. Have to do at some point. So we'll see if I can get myself back on track with a lot of things. I mean, being winter time and all that stuff now, I don't really have as much of an incentive to try to get outside. But perhaps I will get some things done around here. Mayhaps. We'll see. I'm not holding out hope on that front. What else I gotta do here too? I wonder if I can pull that off. We'll do that once I get back on station here. Before I end the live stream, I gotta get into my YouTube control panel and start. If I can knock some of these, slap some of these bots around that keep showing up. They're a real pain in the neck. I gotta see how you can filter some of this stuff, because I know there are some filtered things you can do, but they're constantly putting new things in there to try to not get blocked. Super annoying. Ooh, what is going on here? This is. I think a shader might be wrong here. Potentially. Hear that? There's a supernova going on. Yeah. Okay. We'll get up there as we do once we can make a landing request. We'll head down to the refinery and get them cracking on our stuff, and then probably call it there. Go down now a bit. Okay.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Alrighty then. Right on down here. That hurt a little bit. Okay, we gotta slow down a little bit sooner than that. Slow down a little bit more. Go. There we go. Now we're down.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Okay. All that. And we'll get out of the ship.
We all want someone to love and call our own.
Okay, come on, elevators. I'm waiting for you, elevators.
We all want to be somewhere we call
Please and thank you. No. Lobby with us. We'll store our ship. Okay, and for that. This flip it over. Into the refinery. The elevators are being nice and slow today. Nice and slow today. There we go. I came down on a completely different elevator than what I'm used to.
You think it's yours.
Alright, into here.
Again, I see. Welcome.
Again.
Few new items, so,
Prospector, set work order. Two things. That. 15 hours, 23 minutes, 1441 AUAC. Alright, go for it. I don't think I'll make even half of that back, but you never know. Never know. Alrighty then. Oh, I took a little bit of damage. Where did I take a little bit of damage from? Going down the steps or something?
Management just wanted to make a general announcement to check your battle systems. Been noticing leaks in processes.
Okay. And I think we're going to wrap it up there, my friends. And thus concludes my streaming week. As per usual, tomorrow night I will be not streaming, as per usual. And Tuesday and Wednesday I'll be back with some more Assassin's Creed stuff, finishing up Syndicate, and then moving directly into Origins, which just reminds me I have to go install that right now. Get ready for that. So that's what we'll be doing there for that. And then Thursday and Friday back in Titan Quest's Anniversary Edition. We finished the Immortal Throne DLC, and now we're moving on to what looks to be like an Atlantean themed one, perhaps, or something like that. I don't know. We're moving on to the second DLC, whatever it is. I don't know the actual name of it. But that is where we stand there. And then next Saturday and Sunday, I'll be back right here in Star Citizen doing some more stuff. So that is the story as I know it, my friends. I do want to take care of one thing here before we end the stream. I want to take care of it as far as concerns the YouTube portion of this stream. So I can do this here successfully, because something has to be done about these freaking bots. They're just driving me up a damn wall here. And I want to see if I can smack them around. I can only do it while I'm live, which is a weird YouTube thing. And come on now. Alright, so this one is how does that work? I guess I don't know if that works that way or not. I want to make it so that these things will never. I guess I can just remove it. Alright, I mean, that's about the best I can do there. Unfortunate. Alright, well, it is what it is. Like, I was hoping I could just... There's so few controls. You know, for a site that's been... You know... a staple of the internet for over a decade now. You think that they would have actual, you know, controls in their live streaming stuff like, I don't know, adding a comment to a block list so it doesn't, you know, it can't be made again by another bot coming along. Whatever. Anyway, that, my friends, will do it for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone has an excellent morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what it is for you. And I hope to see you back here again in the future for some more stuff, whatever happens to suit your fancy. Until then, see ya, bye.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Yo!